Bank of America says Erica has handled billions of customer interactions, but strategically, its most interesting feature is what it does not depend upon: exclusive access to the newest AI model. Almost any large company can buy powerful AI and copy a chatbot interface. Erica's value comes from authenticated banking context, transaction workflows, trusted distribution, human handoffs, and years of tuning. So, if everyone had access to the technology, where does the actual advantage come from? Not simply from AI. It comes from the system built around it, and that is what Klarna, Bank of America, and Amazon helps us see. To make that distinction useful, separate four questions that are often treated as one. First, does the AI create business value? Are we faster, cheaper, more accurate, or more useful than we were before? Second, does it create competitive advantage? Are we performing better than the rivals, not merely better than our previous processes? Third, is that advantage durable? Once competitors get comparable models, hire similar people, and study our workflow, can they erase the gap? And fourth, does the advantage compound? Does using the system today create data, operating knowledge, trust, or distribution that makes tomorrow's gap harder to close? A valuable AI project can still be table stakes. It may be essential because every competitor is adopting it, but necessity is not the same as differentiation. Klarna shows how easy it is to confuse the first question with the second one. In early 2024, Klarna said its AI assistant handled two-thirds of service chats in its first month, resolved requests faster, and reduced repeat inquiries. Later filings said it handled 80% of chats in 2025 and attributed roughly $59 million in annual savings to it. The assistant could work with payments, refunds, returns, cancellations, disputes, and balances. But the evidence does not show that the assistant independently increased the retention, customer lifetime value, or market share. The model came from an external provider, and competitors could reproduce many of the same retrieval and chat patterns. Klarna later acknowledged that it had pushed cost reduction too far and strengthened access to high quality human support. It did not abandon AI, it redesigned the system: automation for speed and scale, humans for complexity, judgment, and empathy. So, Klarna is not an AI failure. It demonstrates business value and an early execution lead without yet proving a durable moat. What would have to change for the application to become harder to copy? To answer that, move forward from the model through 5 layers. Layer 1 is access. Can competitors obtain comparable AI? If the same capability is available through an API or enterprise contract, access alone is unlikely to be the moat. Level 2 is execution. Can the companies integrate it faster, operate it more reliably, and redesign the workflow better than the competitors? That can create an advantage, but often a temporary one. Layer 3 is distinctive complements: proprietary context, executable workflows, trusted distribution, governance, relationships, and other assets that make the AI more useful inside the company than it would be elsewhere. Layer 4 is compounding. Does each interaction improve a firm's specific capability, or does the learning saturate and spread to everyone? And layer 5, the most important, is value capture. Even if the system creates value, does the company retain it, or does competition pass the benefit to customers, workers, or the model provider? Access, execution, complements, compounding, and value capture. Now apply those 5 layers to Erica. Erica launched in 2018, before the current generative AI boom. Bank of America says nearly 50 million clients had used it by August 2025 across more than 3 billion interactions. But scale is not the key. Look behind one conversation. A customer enters an authenticated banking relationship, not a public chatbot. Erica can use controlled responses and permissioned account context, guide actions such as transfers or bill payments, surface personalized insights, and route complex needs to the right human team. The strategic unit is therefore not the model. It is an operating capability built from the customer relationship, digital distribution, account context, transaction permissions, specialists, and governance needed to act safely. Then there is accumulation. Bank of America says Erica expanded from a few hundred recognized intents to more than 700, passed 75,000 updates, and is improved through a recurring operating cadence. Interactions reveal new needs and failure modes. Updates can improve usefulness. Great usefulness can support more trust and broader adoption. The loop is plausible, not proven. The usage figures are company reported. An independent study ranked Bank of America's overall mobile app first among national banks, but it did not isolate Erica as the cause. The defensible conclusion is that Erica is harder to reproduce than a chat interface because a rival must reproduce the surrounding context, workflows, distribution, governance, human expertise, and accumulated operations. What happens when the same logic connects directly to commerce? Amazon's Rufus is not a traditional support bot. It is a conversational shopping assistant, now folded into Amazon's broader Alexa for shopping experience, but it shows the upper bound of the same mechanism. A generic model can answer a product question. Amazon can connect the conversation to its catalog, reviews, real-time prices and inventory, delivery estimates, shopping history, cart, payments, and fulfillment networks. It is also distributed through Amazon services customers already use. That creates a plausible loop. Embedded traffic produces questions and feedback, interaction can improve grounding and personalization, better answers can create more useful actions. Transactions produce additional outcome signals. Amazon says hundreds of millions of customers used Rufus and attributes substantial incremental annualized sales to it. Those are company estimates, not an independent casual audit. Higher intent shoppers may also be more likely to use the assistant. So, Rufus is not proof of a permanent moat. It is a potential compounding advantage built from commerce data, transaction rails, fulfillment, and default distribution. Assets that are harder to copy than a chat window. And even that advantage can erode. There are 3 reasons to remain cautious. First, capability diffuses. Models improve, vendors package proven workflows, employees move, and competitors learn. What is rare in year 1 may be standard in year 3. Second, more data does not automatically mean more advantage. Interactions may be repetitive, biased, restricted, or only marginally useful. A learning loop matters only if added use produces measurable improvement that customers value. Third, creating value is not capturing it. If every competitor reduces costs, competition may pass the savings to customers. Workers or model providers may capture part of the gain. AI may therefore raise the competitive flow faster than it raises any one company's frontier. That does not make AI advantage impossible. It means the evidence standard must be higher than we adopted AI, we have lots of data, or usage is growing. Here is the practical test. Can rivals buy comparable AI? Does performance depend on proprietary, legally usable context? Is the AI embedded in decisions and actions or merely sitting beside the process? Does the company own trusted distribution and permission to act? Does use create measurable improvement? What would a well-funded rival need to reproduce? And can the company retain the benefit after competition responds? Apply those questions to our cases. Klarna shows strong value, fast execution, and meaningful workflow integration, but limited public evidence of a closed revenue or retention loop. On current evidence, that is a temporary execution edge. Erica, on the other hand, combines authenticated context, distribution, governance, workflows, human expertise, and accumulated tuning. That supports a differentiated capability and a plausible compounding execution advantage. Rufus has the richest complement bundle: catalog, identity, transactions, fulfillment, and distribution. But its commercial and learning effects remain company reported. It is a potential compounding advantage, not a proven permanent one. The strategic question is not how advanced is our AI. It is what hard to copy system becomes stronger because this AI is used. Klarna reminds us that operating value is not automatically advantage. Erica shows how context, workflow, trust, and accumulated operations can create a differentiated capability. And Rufus shows the potential upper bound when conversational AI connects to distribution, transactions, and fulfillment. So when you evaluate an AI initiative, do not stop at the model, the demo, or the standalone ROI. Examine the full system and ask what a capable rival can reproduce. The model may be available to everyone. The advantage comes from the system built around it. So I'll share an AI advantage diagnostic. Use this on one of the projects in your organization. If the only distinctive answer is the model, you probably do not have a moat yet.